Jari168, and this is my cousin Lizzie,
Hey
and
YouTube.
she will be helping me out with the subject on long distance relationships, cause I'm really not that how would I say, I'm really not that familiar with it, cause I've never had a long distance relationship. So that's why I told her about the video. It's a video request by Inky Bear 89. She's asked me a couple of questions about it, and Lizzie's gonna answer them, because I don't have any idea about this type of thing.
Oh
So
God, the pressure. Hi, so I'm Lizzie, and I've had a long distance relationship. Actually, I've had a few. um, okay, long distance relationship. For those of you who may not know what that means, it's pretty self-explanatory. It's a relationship in which you are not in close proximity with the person who you are having a relationship with. So it could be that person could be a few states away, or that person can be internationally, can be in an international, or sorry, could be in a different country. So my long distance relationship, my first one started, well, we met in middle school actually, and then in high school, towards the end of high school, we got together, and he comes and he tells me that, oh, I joined the military. I'm like, crap, okay, what do we do now? So we agreed to stay together, and I agreed to wait for him. And
how did you know to make that decision? You were like mad young.
and I was 18. I don't know. There was something about him and about our relationship that I thought would work. That I thought, we can do this. We can do this. And a long distance relationship can only work when both parties involved really want to make it work. So if one person is all gun-ho about it and the other person is a bit wishy-washy, it's not going to work. So that's what ended up happening with us. It first started that he was a few states away. He was down in Virginia, I believe, when he was doing his basic training. And then the war started. So the war started and he got sent to Iraq. And so then it became an international relationship. But with the military, it's different, and it's more intense because you hardly get to speak to that person. You speak to them on military terms. So when they're sent away overseas, you get to speak to them when they have the time. So it's not whenever you feel like talking. And it could be days that you don't hear from that person. It can be weeks. It can even be months. And so then that becomes a lot harder. And if you don't have a strong support system, like your family, like I had my family, I had my cousin Jari, who would pick up the phone and hear my tearful conversations about how much I missed him and how much I didn't want this to be the way it was. If you don't have that, or even if you don't have the family, but if you have friends that can back you up and support you, it makes it a little easier. It'll never be easy, because when you feel like you love someone and you can't be with that person, it's just like you don't understand why. Like it doesn't feel fair. But like I said, if both parties involved really want to make it work, then I'm a firm believer that it can work. Unfortunately, my long distance relationship didn't work out, and I'm not gonna put all the blame on him. We were young, and we both did a lot of things that maybe we shouldn't have, and we said a lot of things that we shouldn't have said to one another. But there was a serious trust issue, and I think that's the biggest component with long distance relationship. If you don't have that trust, then it's never gonna work. I mean, relationships are hard as it is when you can see that person every day. When you're not with that person and there's no trust, it's not going to work.
Yeah, I think that's true. I want to say to Inky Bear,